Hey guys, welcome back to Swing the Drive. I'm James. That's Logan. We're Blue Jays fans. This is our fourth season, Logan. Getting ready for our fourth season covering the
Fourth
Jays.
season.
Every one of our subscribers, we really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Any new people, consider subscribing. And we'd like to talk about the Blue Jays, and that's what we're going to do now. So the spring training is right around the corner. The Jays reported in February 11th. Was
February
it
11th.
11th? So we're 12 days, 13 days away from pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training for the 2026 season. That's exciting. And the roster is basically set. We obviously, everybody who's in Blue Jays land knows that Bo walked. We're not here to hash out all of that. Everybody's felt their feelings about that, and now we kind of know the roster feels pretty set. So today we're going to go through, it's going to be a little bit of who's in, who's out, but mostly the top 5 things we think the Blue Jays need to do to have success in 2026. So to start off, Logan, number 1 is decisions with the rotation and managing the pen right. Why don't you take us through a little bit of the pitching situation and what things you think. We think that there might be a question on who the rotation will be. Why don't you clarify all that for us?
Yeah, I think there's a big question as to what the starting rotation will be to start the season. This is all to start the season, right? Because, I mean, really, we could probably use 3 more starters to make it through the entire season. But currently, no more Scherzer. He's unsigned. No more Bassett. He's unsigned. Nick Sandlin also gone from the bullpen. So new to the bullpen, we've got Tyler Rogers, who I'm super excited about. He's a solid reliever, longtime San Francisco Giant, lowest release point in all of Major League Baseball. So it's going to be super fun to watch him come in after Trey Savage. I think that's really the whole point. And then in the rotation, we picked up Dylan Cease, who's outstanding, probably the best free agent pitcher on the market this year, and Cody Ponce, who was the Korean Baseball League MVP last season. So that gives us 6 starting pitchers.
Okay.
Gausman, Barrios, Cease, Savage, Bieber, Ponce. One of those guys will either be gone or perhaps starting in AAA. I'm not sure, but there is questions there as to what the starting rotation will look like on opening day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a fair thing. Everybody kind of, I feel like myself included, was like, Savage is a lock to start on this team this year. But
right? That's
maybe
what I
based
thought
on
too up until recently.
Maybe based on the fact that last year was such an intense year for him, and there was a big playoff run, and they're staring down another season where they have expectations. Maybe they're just saying, hey, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we started the kid in the minors, kept him stretched
He's
out.
the only name on that list with options, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like, maybe their hands are tied.
I kind of think they are.
Yeah, unless there's a move, like you said, unless somebody's moved.
But there's a lot of Barrios chatter. I don't see that happening because it's still pretty costly to trade him right now. I feel like wouldn't get the greatest return because of a down season.
Yeah.
So I think you got to let him establish some value, and maybe if you trade him, it's at the trade deadline. So
yeah, if you need to, yeah.
Strangely, it's weird to say, right? But I think Savage is going to start the season in AAA.
Hey, that's something to keep an eye on. And then as far as the bullpen, you already covered Rogers. Sir Anthony Dominguez is out as well, I believe.
Yes, Dominguez is out as well. He's gone to the White Sox to be their closer.
Yeah, and so we'll see how like with the emergence of
Brule also out.
Yeah, with Brule is out. I don't want to be rude to the player, but I don't think anybody is like particularly like sad. He's not really an entrenched Blue Jay.
No one's surprised or really upset by
He didn't have his greatest outings ever as a Blue Jay, so it is what it is.
Fair point. Yeah. Good luck in Lewis.
So we'll move on from the pitching. The second thing that we're thinking about is Springer. staying healthy and kind of contributing. Like maybe he's not going to have the same year this year. Like we
Yeah,
shouldn't.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think we should
that's
expect
really
that.
possible, right?
Like
But
yeah, but stay healthy and produce as close to that kind of guy as you can
yeah, he
be.
can't regress too much is really I think what we're saying, right? Like
Yeah,
it's got to be close.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's like I think that's a pretty. He's kind of a catalyst guy. I think that
absolutely.
and a yeah, big bench leader. So I think that that's an important part. Even though it's Vladdy's team, it's George's team as well.
Yeah,
So
100%.
a big part of it. Next thing, and it's sort of 3, 4, and 5 are well, 3 and 4 are kind of connected. We're gonna leave 3 on its own for now, and then we'll go into 4. 3 is Santander finding his power stroke.
Yeah,
He was kind of the one of the things that didn't click last year. There was a lot that went well for the Blue Jays. A lot of players stepped up, but Santander had an injury, didn't quite perform in the first year of his 5-year contract.
yeah, didn't
So
bounce
I
back well from his injury at all.
yeah, so he's supposedly healthy. So let's see if he can
I
get on form.
I think I heard someone say, I think it was Keegan Matheson say the other day that Santander needs to have a pulse. I think it needs to be considerably more than that. Like you can't have him starting games if he's not getting you 25 homers. Like it's got to be minimum 25 home runs, right? Like that's the only reason he's there.
The trade-off between offense and defense has to be a fair trade, and he's not a plus defender in the league, so he has to be a plus offensive player. That's the
Absolutely.
like if he's producing less home runs, but he's hitting the cover off the ball all over the diamond. Um,
Well,
all right,
so I flip flop back and forth when we kind of brought up these topics about like if he's the most important or maybe if number 4 that we're going to talk about in a minute is most important. But I think it's Santander. I've kind of settled on it's him.
yeah,
He needs to bounce back. He needs to prove himself to the team and the fans, and he really needs to help fill that gap that's left by Bo Bichette not returning.
yeah, there's a lot of production to make up, which takes us into number 4.
Number 4.
The replacement of the offensive production from Bo Bichette's departure. Big part of that was Santander, but a couple other players. Okamoto, the new
Kazuma Okamoto.
third baseman / first baseman from the
Yeah, I think he'll play a lot of third.
Yeah, from the Japanese league. Okamoto is a slugger. That's what he does.
He was a slugger. Yes.
So that has to translate.
But he also doesn't strike out much. It's a very good fit for the Blue Jays identity. High on base, high slug. In the 69 games that he played last season, he had a 104 OPS, 1.04 OPS.
So you're talking about a player with a high bat to ball skill that has pop. That sounds a lot like a Bo Bichette replacement.
Yeah. So I think
Right
I'm confident. Like he's hit over 30 home runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in 7 seasons in the KBO.
Right. Yeah.
He's a solid hitter. Yeah. He's definitely the best hitter coming over from Japan in the last several seasons, I would say.
Right.
Probably since Ohtani.
Yeah.
And if he can figure it out early, because I mean, Blue Jays fans aren't going to give him much time, right? Because people are going to look at him as the guy replacing Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can figure it out pretty quick. But he comes from the Yomiuri Giants, which is like the team that plays at the Tokyo Dome. They got like one of the biggest followings as far as teams in Japan goes. So he's used to being in the spotlight. He's used to being under the pressure of the media. I don't think he will have a problem with that, especially in Toronto.
That's a good point.
So I think he'll slot in fairly quickly. I think he'll have maybe a month or so to face the high velocity all the time. Like Japanese pitchers don't quite have the consistent velocity that major league pitchers have. Right. So he'll have to adjust to that a little bit, but I think we can expect good things from Okamoto.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how things go for him for sure. And the other part of that is there's a couple. Barger took a big step forward, and that's all he's kind of been doing. He's emerged. And I expect, like, at this point, I don't know why I wouldn't expect Barger to have a really good year this year. I
expect big things from Barger this year.
Yeah.
I do. He seems to get better and better and better. I question whether they're going to let him face lefties or not. He had like a 690 OPS against lefties,
right?
In his limited at bats against lefties. If you include the playoffs, it's closer to 700. But anyway, he might get platooned for the lefties. Like you might see Schneider come in and Santander move over to right, and like the same stuff that they've been doing in the past. But we'll see. I hope they give him a chance to hit the lefties. I think he deserves the playing time. The other day I spent like, I don't know, 20 minutes just watching this reel that the Blue Jays put out about their highlight throws, assists from the top 10 assists.
Yeah.
And like 6 of them were from Barger.
Yeah.
And they were all just so awesome. I just wanted to watch them over and over again.
Yeah.
Cannon from the outfield.
He does.
I think he absolutely needs to be in the starting lineup. And for me, he's hitting second.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting thing. And I mean, you're not putting, like, Vladdy's kind of improving. He's best in the third slot.
Like, Vladdy hits third.
He's a third. That's where he hits best. So that makes that like, you're not safe if Barger's hitting right before him. And anybody, if Santander or Okamoto are hitting right after him, that's not a safe section to go through. So that's an interesting. We'll have to see Schneider be a little more consistent this year. I'm assuming he'll have a big shot. He'll have a good shot to be a bench player still again. But I think it'll be competitive.
I think so. Like, I think right now he's your only backup infielder in a way, right? So I think he has a good chance. Breaking with the team.
So we'll see if that he would. I don't know. He's not really factor in that much as far as the replacing Bo's offense, but he's got pop in his bat. He hits some home runs. So
I mean, his offense was already there, so I don't see him taking a huge leap forward.
Yeah.
He'll get into a few like he always does. He'll work hard and play solid defense. Yeah. He's a good bench guy.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And then number 5, Hoffman needs to be a true closer. He needs to be that guy that when he's coming in, you feel like we got this thing. Not what Hoffman's showing up today.
Yeah, he needs to find some consistency. He needs to be more predictable. You really need predictability in your closer. Like if you're leading in the 9th and your closer comes in, your whole bench and your entire fan base should just be like, yeah, we got this. Yeah. Not, oh my God, flip a coin, which is pretty much where he was last season. So he needs to use the fastball more, build that fastball up a little bit, and then use the slider off of it. Be more effective. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but that's where we're at with him. Like, he just has to be more effective, or they've got to consider other options.
Yes, 100% they do. Which, I mean, I guess that can be addressed if it needs to be addressed. There's players, there's relievers there that could potentially slot in. I was really hoping that Bassett would consider.
I thought it would have been awesome to see Chris Bassett do the John Smoltz and just slide into a closing role later in his career. And
that would be fun.
And kill it. Yeah. I think he'd be good at it.
I do too. But did he go back to the Mets?
Door's not closed yet. He hasn't. Yeah. He's unsigned still, right?
He is unsigned. I thought he was. Maybe I just saw a thing.
Unless that happened in the last day.
I think I just saw a thing that said there was interest there or something. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that would be such a good thing though. Anyway, we'll see what happens. The roster is pretty set. I think we don't really have any spots. So we would have to there would have to be corresponding moves and all of that. I think we're looking at what we're looking at.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention right off the top was that this is the 50th year that the Jays will be in Dunedin at this facility. Um, it it's an amazing thing to have. Is that the team
50 years,
existence?
yeah. 1977 was the first season. This is the 50th season, technically.
Technically, right? Yeah. So that's I think it's fun. There's
Yeah.
a retro logo, all of that kind of stuff. So cool merch for this
Yeah,
year.
there'll be some cool giveaways again this year. You can be
Yeah,
sure of that.
yeah, absolutely. So
There'll be
we'll keep
lots
our
of
eye out.
neat stuff around the ballpark, I'm
Keep,
sure.
yeah, we'll keep all our eye out for that. And in the meantime, between now and the start of spring training, if any big signings or news happens, we will get on here and chat about it. We want to know what you guys
Less
think.
than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. So, what do you guys think? What do the Jays need to do to be successful? What did we miss? What do you guys think is the most important stuff? What should the rotation be? What are you guys' thoughts about the 2026 season? Do you have high expectations? Let us know. All right. Until then, we'll talk again.
Go
Peace.
Jays.